Viscount Parchus, a discerning noble, perceived a hidden truth amidst the prevailing focus on Roman within the realm. While Roman was the central figure of attention, Parchus recognized the exceptional talents that lay within Roman's loyal subordinates. A keen strategist, Parchus envisioned the potential of recruiting these individuals, anticipating the joy it would bring to Marquis Benedict, particularly with regard to a certain individual named Chris. Chris, among Roman subordinates, possessed a talent so remarkable that it would be welcomed with open arms by any noble in the capital. However, this realization did not come to Parchus through hearsay or rumors. It emerged from his personal exploration on the southern front. The direct experience revealed to him that Roman subordinates were, without a doubt, worth recruiting. Parchus contemplated the possibility of bringing Chris and the other subordinates into the central government fold. If successful, it could expedite the trust-building process with Marquis Benedict. The strategic move had the potential to reshape alliances and elevate Parchus's standing within the political landscape. Shifting the narrative to Chris, we find him engrossed in rigorous training. Reflecting on the past, Chris recalled the initial encounter with Roman, a time when Roman seemed within reach. Back then, Chris harbored aspirations of surpassing Lord Roman, believing it to be an achievable goal. However, as time unfolded, Roman transcended into a realm beyond Chris's initial comprehension. A defining moment occurred during Roman's confrontation with Butler, where Chris witnessed feats that defied the bounds of possibility. The shock and awe of that battle left an indelible mark on Chris's perception of Roman's capabilities. The realization dawned that Roman had entered a whole different dimension, surpassing the conceivable limits that Chris had envisioned. Yet, amidst the shock, Chris found purpose and determination. Following Roman closely, observing his every move, Chris experienced exponential growth within the last 6 months. The journey with Roman became a catalyst for personal development, pushing Chris to new heights that even he found difficult to fathom. The resolve solidified within Chris. The pursuit of surpassing Lord Roman became a serious and unwavering goal. As Chris continued to hone his skills, Viscount Parchus entered the scene, extending greetings to the dedicated trainee. Dispensing with formalities, Parchus swiftly broached the topic at hand. He expressed a keen interest in recruiting Chris, recognizing the exceptional potential that lay within him. However, Chris, fueled by determination and loyalty to Roman, promptly declined the offer. Parchus, taken aback by Chris's quick refusal, sought to understand the rationale behind the decision. He emphasized the transformative nature of the opportunity, one that could completely alter the trajectory of Chris's life. In an attempt to address potential concerns, Parchus mentioned the substantial financial rewards that would accompany the allegiance to the central government, ensuring a lifetime of prosperity for Chris, a foretelling that Chris is destined for fame. Coupled with the opportunity to serve Marquis Benedict, the true force behind the central government was dangled before him. The promise was enticing. Anything Chris desired within the Cairo kingdom would be granted by the central government. Yet, despite the allure of such prospects, Chris remained unimpressed. Viscount Parchus, the bearer of this proposition, sensed Chris's hesitation and attempted to quell any concerns about potential betrayal to Sir Roman. Parchus assured Chris that Roman Dimitry would eventually align himself with Marquis Benedict, making Chris's preemptive move to the central government a strategic and sensible choice. Chris, however, harbored doubts about Roman willingly becoming Benedict's subordinate, given Roman's known character traits. Parchus, confident in the inevitability of Roman's alignment with Benedict, saw it as a natural course of action, given the overwhelming power that Benedict wielded. From Chris's perspective, though, Parchus seemed oblivious to the true nature of Lord Roman. Chris had witnessed Roman as a figure who wouldn't bow his head to anyone, a leader of unparalleled independence and resolve. Chris made it clear to Parchus that, regardless of the offers presented, he had no intention of leaving Roman's side. Roman Dimitry, in Chris's eyes, was irreplaceable, and no allure of fame or position could sever the bond of loyalty. This decision, while met with understanding from Parchus, left him bemused by what he perceived as Chris's refusal to grasp a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Undeterred, Parchus extended the same offer to other key figures in Roman's circle. Kevin, a devoted follower of Roman, flatly rejected the proposal, emphasizing that his entire life was dedicated to serving Roman. Parchus, shocked by the depth of Kevin's commitment, began to realize the profound loyalty that bound Roman's followers. Turning to Pucky, another stalwart in Roman's camp, Parchus encountered yet another refusal. Pucky, echoing Kevin's sentiments, couldn't fathom betraying Roman and remained resolute in his allegiance. The pattern repeated itself as Parchus approached each of Roman's comrades, revealing an unyielding unity among them. Their loyalty to Roman went beyond political calculations or the allure of power. As Parchus crossed paths with Henderson, one of Roman's trusted associates. As Parchus approached Henderson for a conversation, the unexpected occurred. Henderson, in a surprising move, covered his ears and swiftly retreated from the scene. The bewildering display of unwavering loyalty left Parchus in a state of shock, questioning the depth of commitment Roman subordinates held for their leader. Pondering the enigma of this allegiance, Parchus couldn't help but wonder what made Roman such a charismatic and revered figure among his followers. The narrative then shifted to the training ground, where Loren engaged in a solitary pursuit of mastering the art of swordsmanship. Frustration lingered in Loren's thoughts as he contemplated a recent conversation with Hans. The contrast between the Roman he remembered, once considered the fool of Dimitry, and the current hero of Cairo who defeated Butler perplexed Loren. Swinging his sword with increasing frustration, Loren couldn't escape the nagging question of why he seemed stuck in a stagnant state while Roman soared to new heights. In a burst of determination, Loren unleashed his full force on a training target. The physical exertion left him lying on the ground, gasping for breath. It was at this moment that Roman, unexpectedly, appeared from behind. Roman inquired about Loren's presence and revealed that he had heard from Hans about Loren's search for him. Roman, with an air of seriousness, urged Loren to speak up if there was anything on his mind. Loren, initially hesitant, attempted to brush off the matter as inconsequential. However, Roman, in his characteristic straightforward manner, labeled Loren as pathetic and began to leave. Undeterred, Loren found the courage to shout after Roman, declaring his intention to speak up and share everything. The abrupt halt in Roman's departure signaled a pivotal moment, inviting Loren to reveal the thoughts weighing heavily on his mind. Seated on a nearby bench, Loren opened up to Roman, expressing his initial disbelief upon hearing rumors of Roman's transformation. The Roman Loren remembered had little interest in swords, even delegating border duties to others. In stark contrast, the Roman of the present was hailed as the hero of Cairo. Loren sought clarity on the profound change in Roman's character and the events that led to this transformation. Loren questioned Roman about the experiences that shaped this significant shift, highlighting the shared struggles they faced in the past. Loren confessed his desire to emulate Roman, aspiring to become someone his father could be proud of. Loren yearns for authenticity in his relationship with his father. He refuses to adopt a facade of false contentment while reaching out to his father, wishing instead to reveal genuine accomplishments. Overwhelmed by this emotional honesty, Loren breaks into tears. Roman, observing Loren's vulnerability, acknowledges that at barely 18 years old, Loren might not be equipped to bear the weight of harsh realities just yet. Contemplating how to navigate Loren's fragility, Roman reflects on the acceptance he received from the people in Dimitry. They embrace the new version of Roman, relinquishing the outdated image and affording him a second chance. Realizing the significance of this approach, Roman decides to extend the same understanding to his family members, Loren and Rodwell included. He resolves to evaluate them based on present experiences rather than clinging to memories of the past. Roman addresses Loren, expressing his aversion to seeing anyone bearing the Dimitry name being looked down upon. He emphasizes the potential repercussions on both the Dimitry reputation and his own if Loren were to face such disdain. With a firm belief in Loren's qualifications, Roman encourages him to prove himself in the Academy's upcoming swordsmanship exam. This marks a departure from Roman's previous life, where survival often meant facing life-or-death challenges with his brothers. In this new existence, Roman extends a gesture of opportunity and support to Loren. The dawn of the next day brings with it the anticipation of the swordsmanship exam. The teacher takes charge, commencing the evaluations as students engage in spirited matches. In the midst of the bustling activity, Loren reflects on Roman's challenge, a call to prove his worth if he sought answers to the questions swirling within him. Now, it is Loren's turn to face the exam, and standing across from him is William, exuding confidence and eager to settle their previous encounter with finality. The teacher sets the tone for the assessment, emphasizing that the results won't hinge on mere victories or defeats, but rather on the student's mastery of techniques. Fatal moves are explicitly discouraged, emphasizing a focus on skill and understanding. As the teacher signals the beginning of the match, William charges at Loren with an unwavering force. Loren, however, demonstrates a deft ability to block William's initial assault, showcasing a commendable defense. Despite Lauren's initial success, William, relying on his speed, attempts to exploit any opening and strike Loren down. In a moment hanging in the balance, Loren recalls Roman's words, a directive to use the swordsmanship exam as a platform to showcase his true capabilities and silence those who doubted him. In a surprising turn of events, Loren seizes the opportunity and swiftly strikes William in the face. The unexpected maneuver catches William off guard, prompting a momentary pause in the match. Inspired by the desire to emulate his brother Roman and assert his own competence, Loren launches a counterattack. The clash intensifies as Loren and William engage in a series of strikes and maneuvers, each aiming to gain the upper hand. As the confrontation unfolds, William, frustrated by Loren's resilience, attempts to land a decisive blow. Simultaneously, Loren, drawing strength from his determination, retaliates with a striking blow of his own. The clash reaches a crescendo as both combatants find themselves hitting each other in a synchronized exchange of blows. The narrative then shifts to Loren waking up, his consciousness returning to the present. The teacher, impressed by the intense and closely contested match, acknowledges Loren's resilience and quick reflexes. Despite William's aggressive onslaught, Loren's ability to evade the attack with swift precision becomes a focal point of admiration. The teacher's praise extends beyond the current exam, recognizing Loren's latent talent that had, until now, remained overshadowed by fear. The teacher reflects on Loren's past matches, acknowledging that fear had frozen him, preventing him from showcasing his true capabilities. However, today's performance, coupled with the previous match, reveals a Loren who is not only competent but also capable of overcoming his own inhibitions. The teacher's decision to match Loren against William was deliberate, rooted in the belief that William posed a formidable challenge for Loren to overcome. Startled by this assignment, Loren sought clarification, asking the teacher if they truly meant what they said. The teacher reassured Loren, emphasizing their commitment to honesty with students. Encouraging Loren to have more confidence in himself, the teacher pointed out the similarities between Loren and William, urging him not to let fear hold him back. Grateful for the encouragement, Loren absorbed the advice as the scene transitioned. On the other side of the match, William seethed with anger over the unexpectedly close bout with Loren. Unmoved by attempts from his friends to calm him down, William was resolute in his frustration, asserting that Loren had dared to challenge him with his eyes. Fueled by this resentment, William declared his intention to take matters into his own hands, rallying his friends to join him in physically harming Loren. Despite warnings from his friends about potential repercussions, including strained relations between their families and the involvement of Roman Dimitry, William remained defiant. Undeterred, William highlighted his status as the eldest son of the Castro family and his father's close ties with Marquis Benedict. He boasted of his untouchable status in Cairo, dismissing the significance of Loren's familial background. According to William, true authority overshadowed everything, and he aimed to assert this dominance over Loren. Confidently, he instructed his friends to fetch Loren immediately, setting the stage for a confrontation. In a dramatic turn of events, Roman emerged from the shadows, challenging William to repeat what he had just said. Roman, the hero of Cairo, demanded an explanation for the threats against his brother. William, initially confident, found himself facing an unexpected adversary. Roman confronted William, insisting on clarification regarding his intentions toward Loren. The friends accompanying William, taken aback by Roman's sudden appearance, bore witness to the unfolding confrontation between the two imposing figures. In a moment of unwavering confidence, William boldly declared that he would repeat himself if Roman desired to hear it again. However, before William could articulate another word, Roman closed the distance between them, swiftly gripping William by the neck. With a commanding presence, Roman conveyed his intent to showcase that the stature of William's family held no significance when confronted with genuine authority. Elevating William off the ground, Roman admonished him not only for bullying Loren, but also for the derogatory remarks aimed at the Dimitry name. Roman demanded immediate action, instructing William to escort him to the Castro family estate. This unexpected turn left William visibly surprised, grappling with the sudden escalation orchestrated by Roman. Roman, having released his hold on William, asserted the importance of accountability, emphasizing that parents should bear responsibility for their children's mistakes. The narrative then transitioned to the grandeur of the Castro family palace, where Viscount Parchus conveyed to Count Castro that all attempts to recruit Roman subordinates had met rejection. Parchus framed the rejection as a failure to recognize a road to success, portraying the decision as a consequence of the limited perspective attributed to those with humble origins. Count Castro, seemingly amused by this revelation, chuckled and questioned Parchus about Roman's purported greatness. Parchus, seeking to affirm Roman's exceptional qualities, disclosed Marquis Benedict's earnest efforts to secure Roman's allegiance. The Viscount hinted at a significant possibility, Marquis Benedict contemplating Roman as a potential son-in-law. Count Castro, intrigued by this revelation, expressed a desire to meet Roman in person, contemplating a future encounter. He instructed Parchus to arrange a meeting should the opportune moment arise. The scene then shifted back to the dynamic between William and Roman, who had entered Count Castro's office. Eager to present his perspective, William informed his father about Roman's alleged threats, emphasizing the audacity of a commoner daring to challenge the eldest son of the Castro family. Frustrated by his son's disrespectful behavior, Count Castro rose from his seat, instructing William to cease speaking. He sternly reminded William of the individual he had provoked, Sir Roman, a hero who had saved Cairo. Expressing his displeasure, Count Castro administered a swift slap to William, reproaching him for his disrespectful remarks. Count Castro then turned his attention to Roman, offering a sincere apology for William's actions and expressing his commitment to disciplining his son. Acknowledging the severity of William's transgression, Count Castro assured Roman that he would administer a stern punishment to ensure that such disrespect would not be repeated. He beseeched Roman to accept his apologies and to assuage any lingering anger. Count Castro extended an invitation for Roman to share a cup of tea, hoping to forge a positive relationship. In Count Castro's mind, this unexpected situation presented a fortuitous opportunity to build a connection with Roman, and he was optimistic about the potential benefits. However, Roman, maintaining a serious demeanor, questioned Count Castro's actions. He emphasized that the decision to accept or reject the apology rested solely with him and wasn't within Count Castro's purview. In the midst of escalating tensions, Roman pointed the accusatory finger squarely at Count Castro, asserting that the root cause of the current predicament lay squarely at the feet of the enigmatic nobleman. The catalyst for this discord, according to Roman, was none other than William. The situation took a dire turn when William brazenly confided in Roman, openly revealing his sinister intention to break Lauren's arm. To Roman, these words were more than a mere threat. They were as good as an impending act of violence. Count Castro, caught in the crossfire of this brewing conflict, confronted Roman about the situation. The Count queried Roman on his intentions, probing whether Roman harbored thoughts of retaliatory violence against William. Attempting to steer the narrative towards a more amicable resolution, Count Castro suggested engaging in a reasonable negotiation, one that could salvage the fragile threads of their future relationship. In a bid to diffuse the tension, Count Castro inquired about Roman's desired course of action. In response, Roman outlined a stringent set of conditions for peace. He demanded that William publicly kneel and offer a heartfelt apology to Lorraine in front of a scrutinizing audience. Furthermore, Roman insisted that William voluntarily withdraw from the academy, driven by a fervent desire to keep his brother, a figure of familial significance, far removed from the undesirable influence of someone like William. The ultimatum hung in the air, a stark choice between compliance and the ominous specter of war with the formidable Dimitry family. Roman, with a solemn demeanor, emphasized that the ball was now firmly in Count Castro's court. The Count, however, dismissed those of lowly birth as a perpetual headache. In a pointed retort, he questioned whether Roman's perceived greatness stemmed solely from the Marquis Benedict's attention. Count Castro asserted that Roman wasn't even worthy of occupying the same room as the esteemed Marquis. With unwavering determination, Count Castro vowed to showcase the might and influence of the central government nobility, seizing the opportunity to put Roman in his place. The tension between the two noble figures reached a critical juncture as Count Castro turned to Viscount Parchus, a witness to the entire unfolding drama. Count Castro implored Parchus to testify before the Marquis, leveraging his account to bolster the Count's perspective on the matter. Count Castro, sensing the need for authoritative intervention, declared his intention to mete out appropriate punishment to Roman for what he deemed a crossing of the line. However, Viscount Parchus, nicknamed the Raccoon of Cairo among nobles, known for his exceptional abilities and survival instincts. While many people have exceptional abilities, the ones who make it through to the end, who endure and thrive, are the ones with qualities similar to Parchus. Parchus emerges as a key player with a discerning eye for the current state of affairs. His strategic acumen allows him to cultivate acquaintances and broker deals with individuals whose interests align with his own, positioning him as a formidable force despite his family's lack of significant bearing in the grand hierarchy. Conversely, Count Castro boasts a lineage steeped in prestige, forging a close friendship with Marquis Benedict from a young age. However, the unfolding conflict pits Count Castro against Roman Dimitry. Ordinarily, Parchus might be expected to align with Count Castro, yet the intricacies of Marquis Benedict's character introduce an unexpected twist. Marquis Benedict, known for his pragmatic approach that prioritizes victory over personal connections, is actively pursuing Roman as a potential son-in-law. This strategic move adds a unique dynamic to the clash between Count Castro and Roman Dimitry, forcing Parchus to reconsider his allegiances. In a surprising turn of events, Parchus advises Count Castro to address any wrongdoing committed by his son, William, rather than attempting to conceal the young noble's mistakes. This counsel catches Count Castro off guard, especially considering Parchus's reputation as Cairo's raccoon, a strategic thinker who calculates every move. Parchus has foreseen that supporting the Dimitry side would bring more significant profits, compelling him to make an unexpected recommendation. Count Castro, aware of the potential consequences of going to war against Roman without the backing of the central government, recognizes the need to prioritize pragmatism over pride. Consequently, he extends a heartfelt apology to Roman, setting aside personal ego for the sake of his family. This unforeseen act of contrition shocks William, witnessing his father humbling himself before a perceived rival. From Roman's perspective, the incident sheds light on the inherent flaws within the nobility, who often harbor a misplaced sense of superiority. As Roman's influence in the kingdom grows, so does the threat posed by jealous and conceited individuals. Recognizing the potential dangers, Roman deems it necessary to assert his authority and set an example. While it might not be a terrible suggestion for that someone to be Count Castro, he acquiesces to Sir Roman's recommendation. Count Castro commits to having William apologize to Loren, Roman's brother, and to voluntarily withdraw from the academy. William, taken aback by this unexpected turn, is left in a state of shock. In response, Roman offers a subtle smile and gracefully departs, signaling the conclusion of the matter. Expressing gratitude for Roman's generosity, Count Castro acknowledges the resolution. Meanwhile, William, now reflecting on the consequences of his actions, wonders about the gravity of the figure he has provoked.